Okay, class. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We will start emerging class. Are you ready with the presentation? Okay. I have already got the link from Benedict, and I hope you all ready to present your topic today. Okay. Before we start our presentation, let me tell you the rule of presentation. So each group will have around 20 minutes. You have 10 minutes for presentation and then followed by Q&A around 10 minutes. So lecturer and student are welcome to ask, and I hope you can be involved in this discussion. Okay, yeah. Before we choose which group will present for the first, thank you, Dr. Nadiah Karim, for being with us today, and we will have a presentation from 4 groups. They already prepare slides and also they already upload their presentation in YouTube. So maybe you will give maybe introduction first, or we can start right now.
I think we can start. Okay, I cannot wait to see your output.
Dr. Nadiah will choose which group.
Which group?
Yeah. 1, 2,
okay, can
3,
we start
4.
with group 3?
Group 3.
Group 3. Yes.
Group 3. Okay. Anyone? Group 3. Can you raise hand? Group 3. Belum ada group 3? Ini yang share Ibu.
Belum ready lagi.
I will share the YouTube or from the representative of group 3 will share the YouTube. Siapa yang dari grup 3? Sebentar, kalau dari ibu buka dulu ini. Okay. Let me share from group 3. Group 3, you have to be prepared with the Q&A. So I will play the YouTube.
Present our presentation. Alah, dari tadi belum ke-record itu. Lang berarti ya. Hello everybody. Now we're here to present our presentation about the technology of non-thermal. Before we start our presentation, let us introduce our team first.
Okay, my name is Cynthia Devita Maharani. My name is Hannah Sophia. Hello, my name is Pani Deborah.
And my name is Fauzan Satrio Wibowo.
Okay, now let us begin our presentation.
Okay. Technology non-thermal that should be widely used in Indonesia. In Indonesia, with its tropical climate and high humidity levels, food products tend to have a shorter shelf life. In our opinion, High pressure processing or HPP technology is needed in Indonesia for several reasons to support the development of the food industry and meet the needs of the population. High pressure processing. High pressure processing or HPP is a non-thermal food processing technology that involves subjecting food products to high hydrostatic pressure. It is a preservation technique that uses pressure rather than heat to inactive microorganisms, enzymes, and extend the shelf life of food products. The HPP process typically subjecting them to pressures ranging from 100 to 900 megapascals or MPa for a specific duration of time. The process is evenly applied, ensuring that the food is uniformly processed.
Okay, next. Okay, this is the important parameter. One, food safety is a crucial aspect of the food industry. HPP can help reduce the risk of microbial contamination that can cause foodborne illness. This ensures that the food product consumed by the Indonesian population are safe and free from harmful microbial contamination. Next, HPP enables the processing of food product with improved organoleptic qualities such as texture, taste, and natural color. This can enhance the attractiveness of the products, open up new market opportunity, and increase the market value of Indonesian food products at the national and international levels. Next, HPP allows for the processing of food product without the use of additional chemical preservative. The technology relies solely on high hydrostatic pressure to extend the shelf life of products. Therefore, HPP aligns with consumer demands for natural, additive-free, and healthier food products. And the last, HPP can help extend the shelf life of food product by destroying spoilage causing microorganisms, slowing down enzymatic change, and preserving the quality of the product. Thus, HPP can reduce food waste and extend the availability of high quality product in the market.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about the example in food industry. One specific example of a food industry that can successfully convert from conventional thermal technology to high pressure processing or HPP technology is the juice industry. HPP technology is particularly effective for preserving the taste, quality, and nutritional value of juices without the need for thermal pasteurization. And now I'm gonna explain the flowchart of food processing for juice. It starts with detrashing and peeling the freshly harvested sugarcane stalks, and the waste of product is the outer peel, and then washing the sugarcane and then crushing it, and the product that came from the process is bagasse. And the next step is filtration, followed up by packaging, and after the packaging, the HPP or high pressure is applied with 300 to 500 megapascal per 30 degree Celsius for a time for 10 to 25 minutes. And after that, we get the final product, which is the HPP sugarcane juice.
Okay, so now high pressure processing in solving food security in Indonesia. High pressure processing is effective in killing pathogenic microorganisms such as bacteria, viruses, and fungi without using heat, so that food remains safe for consumption without damaging texture, taste, and nutrition. This helps reduce the risk of food infection and food poisoning. By applying high pressure to food, it can inhibit the growth of spoilage microorganism, extend the shelf life of food products, and reduce food wastage. This can help overcome the problem of food loss that often occurs in Indonesia. High pressure processing can maintain the organoleptic properties of food such as taste, texture, color, and nutrition because it doesn't use heat, which can damage or change the characteristic of food. Thus, food processes with HPP remains of high quality and more attractive to consumers. HPP implementation could help Indonesian food producers meet the more stringent safety and quality standards required for export. By using HPP, food products can have a longer shelf life and can compete in the international market.
And then I want to tell you about how the high pressure processing can convince Indonesian people for use these methods. High pressure processing from the consumer point of view has the advantage of producing several foods which can maintain the appearance, flavor, texture, and nutritional quality of unprocessed. This technology also successfully retains smaller molecules such as volatile compounds, pigments, vitamins, and various sensory-inducing compounds. The chemical changes that occur are minimal. And this is main advantage if you want to use high pressure processing. And in the first, characteristics of the fresh product are retained. Sensorial and nutritional properties remain almost intact. And these methods can destroy pathogens. Example, Listeria, Salmonella, and Vibrio norovirus can be food safety and exportation. And this method can extend product shelf life, in lower returns, improve customer satisfaction, and then reduce drastically the overall microbiological spoiling flora. Next, avoid or reduce the need for food preservative. Then, innovative food proportions products that cannot be thermally treated can now be high pressure processed. Able to such mollusks or extract crustacean meat without boiling. Higher yields, fresh flavor, minimum hands level. And the last one, only the high pressure processing only needs water and electricity.
Okay, then so that wraps up our presentation for today, and thank you for your attention. See ya.
Okay, may we have a Q&A session with the group 3?
Oke, dari mahasiswa silahkan. Or maybe from the lecture, Dr. Nadiah will start.
Yeah, I may, if I may ask, what do you think that hinders kalau dalam bahasa Indonesia-nya apa? Kalau di Malaysia kita panggil kekangan, like what hinders the adaptation of technology in Indonesia? What?
Challenge maybe?
Yeah, maybe, yes.
Oke, kelompok 3. Apa tantangannya? Tantangan?
Yes, tantangan, correct.
Representatifnya siapa ya? Boleh dijawab, Benedict atau?
It doesn't have to be very formal. We're just going to have a very informal discussion about, you know, tantangan in Malaysia, in Indonesia, and maybe I can compare it with Malaysia. just an informal discussion. I just would like to know your point of view. That's it.
Okay, thank you, Miss. But can we please have a discussion first with the team?
Sure, no problem.
Okay, thank you.
Another question is I would like to ask is how to promote your technology to the consumer in Indonesia. Okay, so maybe you can discuss within your class, and then towards the end of this session, maybe later on you can answer them. Oh, macam mana Ibu?
Berarti diberikan waktu terlebih dahulu ya Bu, untuk discuss or they have to answer directly.
Terpulang pada Ibu, tak ada masalah. Kalau mereka perlukan masa, then I'm okay.
Okay, yeah. Group 3, you have maybe many minutes. Okay, mungkin di akhir akan ditanyakan lagi.
Ya, boleh.
Okay.
Boleh.
Nanti
saya akan tanya semula.
Okay. Sebelum ke grup selanjutnya, before we continue, I would also ask to group 3, mungkin in bahasa Indonesia saja, kasusnya itu sudah diterapkan di perusahaan mana ya? Atau could you mention the food industry that already develop HPP processing? Jadi maybe we have many food industry that process fruit juice, but we don't know the specific technology. You already mentioned HPP, so please could you search on Google maybe or the specific food company that already develop HPP. Itu jadi ada 3. So you have 3 questions, 2 from Dr. Nadiah and 1 from me. You have still have time before the class end. We will ask again. Seperti itu ya, Dr. Nadiah. Jadi kita akan tanyakan kembali pertanyaannya. So we can continue for the next group. It's okay, Dr. Nadiah?
Yeah, sure. Maybe group 1.
Group 1, silahkan ya. Benedict, you raise hand. You have any question?
Bu, saya izin bertanya Bu. Saya izin ngasih saran Bu. Kalau menurut saya pertanyaannya nanti setelah grup selanjutnya presentasi aja bisa kami jawab. Jadi nggak perlu nunggu sampai akhir presentasi, sampai akhir kelas gitu Bu.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dr. Nadiah, they want to answer after group 1.
Sure, no problem. Yeah,
okay.
I'm okay.
Okay. Ya, terima kasih Benedict, diterima ya. Nanti setelah ini mohon dijawab. Grup 1 sudah bersiap belum? Silakan. Okay. You may play your video.
Apakah sudah terlihat?
Belum. Not yet. You have to click the sound in YouTube in Zoom. When you share your screen, you select the audio.
Okay.
Hello everyone. We are here to present our presentation about future outlook of non-thermal processing in Indonesia. First, let us introduce ourselves. My name is Ian Marvel. Next.
My name is Cynthia.
My name is Anissa Pusponogoro.
My name is Husni Syamil Fawaiz.
And my name is Yusri Ayu.
Now let's get to our presentation.
Okay, so the first question is, in your opinion, which of the non-thermal technology or entity that should be used widely in Indonesian and why? What would be the important parameters of entity chosen? So our answer is, when considering which entity to use widely in Indonesian, several factors should be taken into account, such as the country's specific needs, available resource, and technological feasibility. We suggest high pressure processing or HPP can be the best way to use. High pressure processing is a non-thermal preservation technique that involves subjecting foods product to high hydrostatic pressure to achieve microbial inactivation and food safety while maintaining sensory and nutritional qualities. There are several reasons why high pressure processing or HPP could be a viable choice for wider adoption in Indonesia, like food safety, minimal nutritional loss, preserved product quality, and versatility. There are some important parameters of HPP, such as pressure levels, treatment time, temperature, packaging, and product compatibility.
Number 2 is give specific example of a food industry that will able to convert from a conventional thermal technology and apply the above chosen thermal technology successfully to further increase food production. Include the food processing flow chart show where the entity will be located. So our team choosing high pressure processing can be applied in Indonesia for many products such as juices and beverages. And the products of juices and beverages are juices, coconut water, RTD, cold brew coffees, and teas. So here are the example of making cold pressed juice from rejuve. Number 1 is you should sorting fruits and clean fruits with using fluorinated drinking water, like on the left side, and then rinse it 3 times with purified reverse osmosis water. And then second is extract the fruits with cold pressed juice technology, like on the right side. And then third is sterilizing the bottle before filling the juice into it. And the last is bottle juice drink products are put into the HPP machine and soaked in cold water at high pressure up to 6,000 bar. So this process helps ensure our juices will give you the maximum health benefits, so we can get the best juicing taste and experience. Next.
The third question is, relate the proposed technology into solving food security in Indonesia. Food security issues in Indonesia is food availability and food consumption. In the aspect food availability is production technology that is yet to be efficient and effective, high yield loss in the post-harvest handling process, the availability of production facilities is still difficult, and production failure. Food consumption is the underdevelopment of technology in the food industry. Along with increasing population, food need has the potential to become more difficult due to the lack of supplies caused by ineffective and inefficient production technology. In the thermal preservation process, Food ingredients often suffer damage in appearance, freshness, texture, color, taste, and nutritional content. One of the entities for food safe preservation and food safety is HPP, using pressure rather than heat energy. The materials and packaging utilized won't be harmed even when a high pressure, up to 600 megapascal, is applied from various sides or isostatic due to the material's durability is constant across each area.
Number 4, how to convince Indonesia consumer or entrepreneurs on adopting the above mentioned technology. To convince Indonesian consumer or entrepreneurs to adopt HPP technology, here are some steps that can be taken by explaining the advantage of HPP. 1. Shelf-life extension. Extend shelf-life to up to 2 until 3 times, several weeks up to a few months at refrigerated condition, compared to non-pasteurized. 2. Food safety, inactive vegetative bacteria and pathogenic microorganisms. 3. Enable clean label, preserves nutritional characteristic and the organoleptic quality without adding chemical preservatives. 4. HPP can extend shelf life up to 2 until 3 times compared to non-pasteurized and can improve food safety. 5. Maintains taste, texture, and nutritional profile. The product can.
Okay, that's all from our group presentation. I hope this presentation has given us new insight on future outlook of non-thermal processing in Indonesia. Thank you all.
Well, thank you. Okay, before we have Q&A for group 1, please group 3. Okay.
Okay.
Nadiah, bagaimana?
May I ask? Okay. Are there any safety consideration or potential risks that is associated with HPP usage in juice industry? You guys may discuss with your team, and later on maybe you can answer whenever you are ready. Okay. Another question is, do you think HPP can affect the protein content or maybe the sugar content in the juice, and how so?
Okay, Anissa Puspa, you got it, the 2 questions? Nisa?
Just 2. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let us discuss first with my team, please.
Tambahan dari saya, mungkin I have maybe 2 questions for group 1. The first question is about processing flow charts. Yeah, you didn't mention in your slide the flow chart of but you give the step for process, but not the processing flow chart. And number 2, can you give the real action, the real step to convince Indonesian citizens relate to HPP, but not only give the positive and negative, but can you give the real step? For example, you may conduct campaign about HPP, the safety and also the trend. Maybe you may discuss with your group also. Bisa dipahami Anissa Puspa? Yang pertama mengenai flowchart-nya tidak ada, gitu ya. Kemudian yang kedua, real aksi nyatanya itu untuk meyakinkan masyarakat Indonesia itu seperti apa? Apakah membuat kampanye aksi sosial tertentu atau hanya hanya mengajak gitu ya. Jadi in your opinion harus seperti apa step-stepnya? Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, Ibu Asri and Miss Nadiah. Thank you for the questions, and let me and my team discuss first.
Okay. Okay, before we continue the next group, group 3 will answer. Are you ready, Benedict and your team? Benedict, Sinta, Fanny.
Okay, so I'm gonna answer the first and the second questions from Miss Nadiah. The first question is, what are the challenges for HPP to be applied in Indonesia? So, I mean, the main reason, I mean, the main challenges is it's maybe the cost of the usage of HPP, because we need a lot of money to invest in the first phase when you wanna make the industry or something like that. So the smaller company or maybe smaller businesses might be not maybe they can't afford that much because of the cost that the device or the machine cost. So yeah, there's one. And maybe, I mean, like, it's not gonna be far away from cost, like the maintenance and other things, like the changes of spare parts and things like that. It will cost them many money. So maybe the first question is the answer of the first question is because of the cost.
Because of the cost. All right.
Yep.
Okay.
And for the miss.
Do you think consumer side from Indonesia is able to accept the technology? Are they open to this new technology for their food product?
I think, yeah, because HPP has a lot of advantages. Like, I mean, they can this method can kill pathogen bacteria, and it costs. I mean, like, it recycles the water, so there's not much of energy to waste. And so yeah, but it comes back because of the cost. It is the main problem.
Yeah, I guess it's the same with Malaysia at the moment. The food industry in Malaysia is 70% owned by a small and medium industry. So it's a matter of having the money to buy for new technologies to adapt. Yeah, I understand. All right, thank you very much, Benedict.
And let me answer the second question,
Sure.
which is how do we explain this method to Indonesian citizens, right?
Yes.
So I mean, the basic things is maybe, but maybe just make an expo or maybe some kind of campaign to give the education to the citizens. But what the bigger step, the larger steps that can make real progress is if an investor or a bigger company, if they make somewhat a campaign that they will invest in smaller businesses to fund them to have a HP device or machine, so that the smaller businesses can use the HPP method.
Yeah, okay, I understand. But what about to the masses? I mean, I understand Indonesia is very big. Like, what if you want to promote to other part of the countries, maybe talking about Kalimantan? How do you go there? How do you promote to other people about the new technology that you have? Social media helps.
Yeah, it helps a lot. It's not gonna be far away from the social media.
Yeah, of course, especially targeting the younger generation, like guys and below 30s, I guess. Okay. All right. So Maybe question from Ibu. Would you answer?
Okay,
Or
Miss.
someone? Oh, Cynthia.
Cynthia, okay, silakan Cynthia.
Okay.
I will answer the third question about the companies what the companies have using HPP method in Indonesia when we are fine and we are try to have information that Buah Vita companies have using HPP method in Indonesia. And the product of Buah Vita is used in packaging, and the process in make juice there have to using an HPP method in their process. And maybe the second companies in Indonesia that using our method HPP is SSP companies. The name is SSP companies, and their brand of the product is Rejuvi, and the product is same with Buah Vita, and their product is just in package. And maybe that's all for me about what the companies in Indonesia that using HPP method. Thank you, Miss.
Thank you, Cynthia. I think Buah Vita is brand name. Perhaps you may search the company.
Oh, okay.
Or Buah Vita, I think it's brand.
Oh, okay. All right. It's a brand.
Not the name of food company.
Itulah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I was thinking it's the name of the fruit or something.
Yeah, Buah Vita is many. I think the brand for many
For the fruit juice.
For fruit in Indonesia.
Okay. All right. Good to know.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Do we move to the next group, or we want to for group one to answer the question first?
Okay. Anissa
If they are
ready or not? Because we still have the same topic. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So Anissa Puspo or group one? You will answer now, or we move to the next group? Where is Anissa Puspo? Anissa Puspo and Hannah. Okay.
I think she's still discussing. Oh, she is.
You still discuss with your group, or you will answer now, because we still have the same topic, HPP.
I think we are on a discuss, but I am gonna try to answer number 4 that Bu Asri asked us before, that how the real action to convince Indonesian consumer, right? So in my opinion, first we can make a social campaign through social media like Instagram, Twitter, and many more. Or we come to the village to give explanation about HPP to the villager there. Second is we can make webinar or talk show about HPP from university like us majoring at agricultural engineering. I think we can make the talk show about HPP. And then we can make infographics, and then we can share through WhatsApp, or we can share through Instagram and other social media. That's it, I think, Bu Asri.
Okay, thank you.
I think infographic is a very good idea, and viraling your infographic towards WhatsApp media is very good also. I think people like to read about gossips, but not about the knowledge. So yeah, that's a good idea, I guess. All right.
All right, Mr. Puspo, nice idea, and we are as an academician, we have to promote and to support this idea.
Correct. Yes, I think you guys are the students should be the ambassador for food technology,
Yeah.
and then let people know about about the current technology, what's coming up, that how safe it is, and everything. All right, thank you, Anissa.
Okay.
Thank you.
And for the other question, you will
Answer later.
later.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, okay. Yeah. We continue to the next group. Dr.
Sure.
Nadia, you may. Begin.
Okay. What about group 4?
Group 4 is the group 4. Who is the representative from group 4? You may raise your hand. Group 4. Group 4.
Hello.
Ikram. Okay, Ikram. Ikram, can you select your friend to play the YouTube recording?
Actually, I'm gonna play the clip myself.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Does the screen see about? Miss, boleh kelihatan?
Yeah. Okay. Please continue.
Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are from Agricultural Engineering of Padjadjaran University. We'll be presenting our work at Future Outlook of Non-Thermal Processing in Indonesia. Okay, before we begin the presentation, let me introduce our team. The first one is myself, Ikram Devaro Alhar. The second one is Aditya Hafiz Rehan. The third one is Saumi Nur Rahmani. And then lastly, Maulica Izzatun Manza. Okay, now let's begin the discussion session. Okay, the first question is, in our opinion, which of the non-thermal technology that should be used widely in Indonesia and why? What would be the important parameters of the non-thermal technology chosen? This question will be answered by Ms. Maulica.
Okay, the answer is, in our opinion, high pressure processing or HPP should be one of the non-thermal technology that used widely in Indonesia. We have several things that we use for references in selecting HPP technology. There are, first, it extends product shelf-life, and it's environmentally friendly, doesn't change the nutritional value, reduces drastically microbiological spoiling flora, and in terms of time and efficiency. So based on those parameters, we found that the technology has several advantages that can be applied on a large scale in Indonesia.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Maulica, for the answer. Now let's move on to the next question. Give specific example of a food industry that will be able to convert from a conventional thermal technology and apply the above chosen non-thermal technology successfully to further increase food production. Please include the food processing flowchart and show where the non-thermal technology will be located. Okay, the answer to this question is high pressure processing can be used to elevate a conventional fruit juice businesses. Usually, fruit juice stores in Indonesia only sell freshly made juice. Therefore, the product will not have a long shelf life. The technology high pressure processing can be a solution to that problem, as the technology preserves all its nutrients, vitamins, and antioxidants, and its flavor. It's similar to consuming a freshly squeezed juice, but with an extended shelf life and food safety guarantee. Okay, This is the fruit juice processing with high pressure processing flowchart. First of all, the juice will be freshly squeezed, and then the juice will be packaged by bottles. The third one, the juice will be processed with high pressure processing. By the way, high pressure processing is a process that uses high pressure from the help of water to kill the microorganisms in the material. And then lastly, the juice will be packaged in boxes or in bags, and then the juice will be ready to distribute, consume, and ready to drink. This is the third question, which is related to the proposed technology into solving food security in Indonesia. This question will be answered by Ms. Saumi.
Okay, the answer is, as we know, high pressure processing is a non-thermal food and beverage preservation method that guarantees food safety and achieves and increases shelf life, while maintaining the optimum attributes of fresh products. By extending the shelf life of products, HPP technology aims to modify or eliminate traditional store practices. For example, instead of replenishing products every 2 or 3 days, they can do it every week or month. By applying HPP to fruits and vegetables, the waste will be minimized since the product shelf life will be extended.
Okay, thank you for the answer, Ms. Xiaomi. And then let's move on to the last question, which is how to convince Indonesia consumers and entrepreneurs on adopting the above mentioned technology. This question will be answered by Mr. Adi.
Okay. First, education about the benefits of HPP. Or clearly explain to customers or business owners about the benefits of HPP technology, such as how HPP is a food processing method that uses high pressure to extend shelf life, maintain food safety, and maintain the nutrition value and organoleptic quality of food. Emphasis on food safety. HPP is a non-thermal method, which means that food is not exposed to high heat like in traditional pasteurization or sterilization process. This helps maintain the natural nutrition, enzyme, and taste of the product while killing pathogenic microorganisms such as bacteria, virus, and fungi. HPP technology can improve food safety and reduce the risk of foodborne illness. Number three, extend product shelf life. HPP technology can extend the shelf life of food products by slowing down the growth of microorganisms and enzymes. This can reduce food waste, enable the delivery of products over longer distance, and provide flexibility in the supply chain. Attention to consumer trends. Convey that consumers are increasingly aware of the importance of safe, fresh, and high-quality food. Explain that by adopting HPP technology, consumer or business owners can offer products that meet the needs and preferences of modern consumers. Number five, case studies and testimonials. Share case studies and testimonials from food manufacturers who have adopted HPP technology. Tell stories about the improved food safety, extend shelf life of products, and positive response from customers. This can help convince consumers and business owners of the benefits of HPP technology. Product demonstration. Provide direct demonstration on how HPP technology works and its impact on food products. Invite consumers and business owners to witness the HPP process firsthand or provide samples of products that have undergone HPP for them to try. And number seven, compliance with regulation and certification. HPP technology has been recognized and regulated by governing in various countries. Explain that HPP has been proven to be safe and effective in food processing, and manufacturers can obtain relevant certification to demonstrate their compliance with safety and quality standards.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Adit, for the answer. Now this is the reference that we use to answer the following questions. Okay, with the 4 question answer, therefore our presentation will come to an end. Thank you for your time and your attention. Wabillahi taufiq walhidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, thank you, Ikram and friends. Okay, Dr. Nadiah, do you have a question for the next group?
Okay, so I guess HPP is the common theme of the day. Is it? It's very popular. Okay, two questions. Are there any environmental implications by using HPP? Instead of the conventional treatment in industry. Second question, can HPP affect the microstructure of your food and how? Okay. So that is two questions for me. Maybe you can answer later.
Excuse me, Ms. Nadiah, can you repeat the first question? I cannot hear.
First question.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. Is there any environmental implications of using HPP in industry? Environmental, is there any effect to the environment in using HPP in food industry?
Okay, thank you.
All right. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Ikram. And then for me, I have a question also. You mentioned about fruit juice. Is there any other product except fruit juice that using HPP first, and then the second about the standard. Could you please search Codex standard for fruit juice?
Okay.
Okay.
Let me answer the products that can be used in high pressure processing. As we know, fruit juice is one of the products that can be used in high pressure processing. The other products is dairy products like chocolate or something like that. And then the second one is guacamole, some condiment from Mexico that made from avocados. And then some milk to replace pasteurization that can be used in high pressure processing also. Maybe we can only answer that question for now. Please excuse us for this to discuss the other questions.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ikram. Okay, we will have time to discuss with your groups. We go to the next group, maybe. Or Anissa Puspo, you already finished? Or bisa dijawab? Okay.
I am gonna answer question for number 2, and number 1 will be answered by Shamil, Husni Shamil. Okay, so yeah, Shamil first or me? Oh, Shamil first. Sorry, miss. Okay, Husni, please answer for number 1 from Miss Nadiah.
Okay. First, I'm gonna say sorry because I cannot turn on my camera because there are some reason like the traffic, my internet traffic was bad, and sorry. Also sorry about my bad English. The first question is talking about the risk of HPP use. So we discussed that there are several risks of HPP use. The first one is sensory change, that HPP use can cause changes in the sensory characteristic of the product. While not significant, there may change in the texture, taste, color, and the aroma of the food. And then the second one is limitation in activating microorganism. because there are some microorganisms that more resistance to high pressure, so they can survive and can be eliminated. So the third one is the third limitation of certain types of products. There are some types of product may not be sustainable for HPP processing. For example, a product that have components such as fats and proteins that are sensitive to high pressure may not achieve the desired result after HPP. And the last one is energy sustainability, because HPP requires significant electrical energy to generate high pressure. Therefore, sustainability and energy efficiency aspect needs to be considered when using HPP on large scale. So there are the risks of HPP of our answer. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for the answer. Okay, sorry, Husni answered question number
1.
Number 1, all right, okay.
Okay, Miss. So I am gonna answer for number 2.
Okay.
Yes. So my answer is from many resources that I have read. One of the advantage of HPP technology is only take 2 until 3 minutes to use this technology, and no heat and no contact. The raw material is no heat and no contact indirectly with the pressure. And then, but when we want to use this technology, the material must be packaged with RPET, or the name is recycled polyethylene terephthalate bottles that made from 100% food grade recycled plastics, which are also 100% recycled. The bottles are then immediately sealed to the freshness and hygiene of final products before heading to the high pressure for no heat and no contact process with chilled water. That ensures the products are even safer to consume while preserving its vitamins, minerals, or antioxidants, maybe enzymes and flavors. I thought that was my answer.
Okay, thank you, Anissa. I think you have answered my question and Ibu question. Did she answer?
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much. I think I don't have any further questions. I'm quite okay with what you have stated just now, and also your friends. Thank you very much, Anissa.
Okay, thank you, Miss, and thank you, Bu Asri.
Okay. Thank you. Maybe we continue for the last group.
Presentation, yes.
Presentation. So please group, which group? Group 2 ya, group 2.
Group 2, yes.
Yeah, number 2. Group 2 with the representative. Grup 2 siapa ya? Boleh? Okay.
Good evening for all of us. We are from Team 2 of Thermal and Non-Thermal course of Agro-Industrial Engineering from University of Padjadjaran. Today, we like to discuss about future outlook of non-thermal processing in Indonesia. Next. But first, let me introduce you to our team. There is Nur Fitri, Tirta Adi Pratama, Novia Sanda Lestari, Muhammad Iqbal Nugroho, and the last one is me, Trevina Mika Sinuraya. Next. From this team, we are choose a topic about high pressure processing. The first one is, in your opinion, which of the non-thermal technology that should be used widely in Indonesia and why? What will be the important parameters of entity chosen?
Okay. High pressure processing. High pressure processing technology is a non-thermal technology that can be widely applied in Indonesia. This high pressure processing technology is one type of non-thermal processing technology that utilizes high pressure and has advantages in activating microorganisms and enzymes, while also producing high-quality food products. These food products have high nutritional value, fresh flavor, texture, and color, with minimal or no preservatives, making them safe for consumption. As for other advantages, including quick response, uniform distribution, low temperature, waste-free technology, increased reaction rate. This technology can be used for types of products, but solid and liquid. High pressure processing technology has several effects on processed materials. The following are the effects caused by high pressure in high pressure processing technology on different types of material. Next.
Specific examples with a flowchart of food industry about HPP2 in change food production, also where the entity are located.
Okay, this technology can be used for various types of product, both solid and liquid. It is utilized by industries such as fruit and vegetable, seafood, avocado product, ready-to-eat meal, baby food, and meat product. The application of high-pressure process technology can be used in the processing of sausage. Sausage undergo a preparation process through thermal methods, including cleaning and drying after primary packaging. Sausages such as so-nice chicken sausage are ready to eat that are widely enjoyed by various segments of society, resulting in high consumption rate. The high production of so-nice sausage prompts business operators to implement food safety management systems to control physical, chemical, and micro hazards. Next slide. The flow chart on this slide shows processing of making sausage sonnet. Process making sausage sonnet using thermal processing is cleaning and drying. The first plus step stop is the application of chemical substance include trioxylicated under 10%, benzyl conium chloride 1.5 and non-hazardous ingredients 0 until 100%. The use of hot water in rising is made at reducing or even preventing potential source of contamination. So cleaning product is conducted by rinsing with hot water at temperature of 80 until 100, 100 degrees Celsius. The purpose of using hot water in this rinsing process is to reduce or even prevent potential source of contamination. Treat is drying the product is dried for approximately 15 minutes. Next slide. Okay, in this slide is using non-thermal processing, high pressure processing technology. High pressure processing technology is a processing method that involves applying high hydrostatic or ultra hydrostatic pressure to both liquid and solid food products, with or without packaging, at pressure ranging from 100 to 800 MPa. The initial temperature during the pressure treatment is specially maintained below 5 degrees Celsius to minimize the impact of adiabatic heating. The commercial exposure time at high pressure range from a few seconds to over 550 seconds or 9 minutes. Next slide.
The connection between HPP and its role in Indonesian food security.
In an effort to maintain food security, assurance of product quality and nutritional value is needed. This technology is effectively applied in the fruit and vegetable, meat and seafood industries. These four commodities have a short shelf life and are prone to spoilage. With the implementation of HPP technology, the shelf life of product can be extended, and the commodities can remain fresh, thus preserving their quality and high nutritional value. The use of HPP also eliminates the need for preservatives to extend shelf life, thereby maintaining the nutrients and taste of the commodities themselves.
And the last one is how to convince Indonesian consumers or entrepreneurs on adopting the above mentioned technology.
To convince consumer or business owner in Indonesia to adopt high pressure processing or HPP technology, several strategies can be employed. The one explaining that HPP is a non-thermal food processing method that can extend the shelf life of food without using chemical preservatives, while maintaining the quality of nutrition, taste and texture. And two, providing knowledge about its advantage, namely the ability to eliminate pathogenic bacteria, virus, and other microorganisms that have the potential to cause food poisoning. HPP can also enhance food safety, prolong product shelf life, and maintain better product quality compared to conventional processing methods. Three, providing research and testing data. HPP has been recognized by global health authorities, including the FDA or United States Food and Drug Administration as a safe and effective food processing method. And the last, four, explaining that SPP is an environmentally friendly processing method because it does not use chemical preservatives. Next. comparison of the use of thermal on sausage, sonise, and non-thermal SPP. The parameter one certain temperature, non-thermal or HPP is a 5, and thermal sonise is a 7 70. 2 cycle time or minutes, non-thermal HPP 9, and the thermal sonise is 47.26. 3 process pressure on MPa, non-thermal SPP 6000, and thermal sonise 2.5, and the last workers passive, non-thermal SPP 2, and the thermal sonise is a 4.
Okay, that's all of our presentation for today. Thank you for your attention.
Well, thank you, Group 2.
Thank you so much for your presentation. Okay, I think you guys although have presented the same technology here as other group, but your differences is you are talking about sausage, which is kind of very good. You compare with the conventional treatment by using thermal. So yeah, I applaud you for that. Okay, so congratulations. All right. I just wanted to know, okay, if you want to use thermal, you can use the heat to kill the microorganism. But what about HPP? Can you kill all the microorganism inside the sausage? And what about the pressure-resistant microorganism? Okay, so that is the 2 questions from me.
Okay, Group 2, you got question?
Okay, thank you for the question, but I'm sorry, Mrs. Nadiah, can you repeat the question?
Question number 1 or number 2, or both?
Number 1 and number 2. I'm
Number
sorry.
1 and number 2. It's okay. Okay. Using HPP or high hydrostatic pressure, how do you kill off the microorganism? How do you kill the viruses and the bacteria inside your sausage? Okay. And question number 2 is, what about the pressure-resistant microorganism? If you were to have a pressure-resistant microorganism, obviously you cannot kill the microorganism using the HPP, but what are other methods that you think could help to kill the pressure-resistant microorganism? Did you get that? Okay.
Thank you for
All right.
We
No
like to
problem.
our team, Miss, before we answer the question.
Sure, no problem.
Thank you.
Okay, Rafina. For me, I also have 2 questions. For the first one, if we talk about sausage, it is the processed meat inside the casing, right? Will the process damage the package of HPP treated food? And in your groups, you use maybe chicken sausage or beef sausage. Will the HPP damage the package? Because we know see that the sausage maybe use some like casing or longsong sausage in Indonesia. It's made from maybe plastic or some from edible film. So will it damage the package?
Okay.
Bisa dimengerti, Revina? Jadi apakah bisa merusak package dari sosisnya jika kita menerapkan HPP gitu ya untuk produk tersebut?
Right.
And the second, tadi according to your table about the comparison thermal and non-thermal process for sausage, what the information that can we get from your conclusion about the non-thermal? Is it okay? It's effective, or according to your opinion, what should you will take, or you will apply the non-thermal or not, according to the comparison? Ya, jadi yang kedua itu adalah kalau ada tabel perbandingan penerapan dua proses tadi, apa sih kesimpulan atau rekomendasi ke depan yang bisa diambil gitu ya untuk processingnya? Perusahaan apa akan memilih thermal atau non thermal, atau is there any consideration to take which one, thermal or non thermal?
Oke, makasih Bu.
Ya, baik. Kelompok 2 bisa diskusi terlebih dahulu. Maybe kelompok sebelumnya will answer the question. Kelompoknya Ikram, okay, here. Group 4 ya, group 4. Ikram and friends, you may answer the question.
You for the opportunity. But before we answer the question, Bu Asri, tadi punten izin bertanya tadi yang soal yang kedua ya, itu tuh pertanyaannya proses high pressure processing yang di pembuatan jus buah itu pertanyaannya ya. Soalnya tadi kayak kurang jelas gitu. Mohon maaf.
Oh iya, sorry tadi lagi masih pertanyaan dari saya atau dari Ibu Nadiah?
Dari Bu Asri. Tadi kan ada nanya produk yang bisa digunakan di HPP, dan ada pertanyaan satu lagi ya tadi. Nah yang satunya kurang jelas tadi.
Dan aku jadi lupa ya. Oh, I see. Is there any codex standard for fruit juice? And according to the last lecture, that FDA already approved the HPP related product. So could you please search the information and tell us about it?
Oh, berarti perizinannya itu
Standarnya ada nggak? Atau ada nggak standar regulasi, regulation?
Regulasi dari high pressure processing ya?
Ya.
Oke. Mungkin yang itu tadi karena kurang jelas mau didiskusin dulu. Saya mau jawab yang Miss Nadiah dulu ya. Okay, please excuse me to answer the first question of Miss Nadiah, which is the environmental cost from using HPP. From a very reliable source, that we know that maybe pasteurization, the thermal processing, uses 90,000 kilograms of carbon dioxide per year. But with high pressure processing, that number is multiplied by 7 or 8 times. It's like 700K or 800K carbon dioxide per year. So it is very not environmental friendly. And the usage of water can be talked about it too, because the water usage is like the water is very big, so there's so much waste of water that can be used by using the high pressure processing. But mostly the water waste can be reused to like wash,
yes.
to wash.
I don't mind if you want to answer in Bahasa Indonesia. I'm okay.
It's okay. I would like to speak my
Okay.
English too. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
To wash the product or like to use to other appliances, but yeah, in conclusion, the HPP is totally environmentally not friendly if we compare
Not
it.
friendly.
Yeah, if we compare it to
Oh.
thermal.
Yeah. Perhaps the usage of the energy is quite high in comparison to the to the thermal.
Yeah.
Okay. That is one of the disadvantages of a HPP. Everyone look at it as a very new technology that is very clean and safe, but sometimes there's always the disadvantages of it. Okay, so next question. Are you going to answer, Ikram, or someone else?
Let my colleague answer that.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Ikram.
Yes, you're welcome.
Oke, bisa dilanjutkan kembali. Group 2 maybe, Revina and friend. Oh, Aditya group berapa mau menjawab? Oh, Adit will answer my question.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, okay. I will answer the questions about the mechanism that occur in high pressure processing leading to the death of microorganism. First, enzyme denaturation. The high pressure applied in HPP can cause the denaturation of enzyme, which are essential for the survival and development of microorganism. By damaging the enzyme structure, HPP interrupts vital process within the microbial cells and rendering them inactive. Second, membrane damage. High pressure in HPP can lead to the disruption of microbial cell membrane. Damaged cell membranes can no longer maintain internal balance or protect the cells from the external environment. This results in leaking and loss of vitality in the microorganism. Third, DNA or RNA inactivation. High pressure can also cause damage to the DNA or RNA of microorganism by disrupting the genetic material. HPP halts replication and protein synthesis, which are essential for the survival of microorganism. That's for me.
All right, thank you.
Well, thank you. Could we continue to the group 2, Revina and friend? Bagaimana Revina dan kawan-kawan bisa menjawab untuk the last question?
Yeah, Bu.
Okay.
So maybe I want to try to answer the question from Miss Nadiah. So the high pressure can activate the microorganism. Maybe because the microorganism have different resistance to high pressure. So so using high pressure on food processing can activate the microorganism.
Using HPP to inactivate the microorganism.
Yes.
Okay. But what about the pressure resistant? HPP uses pressure, but the microbes are not able to die. You're not effectively killing it. So is there any other methods that you would like to combine or to complement HPP? Maybe you can use mild heat treatment, or maybe perhaps other non-thermal technology that you can combine.
maybe we need to discuss.
Discuss more, no worries. Yeah, sure.
Okay, next maybe. Edwina.
I'd like to answer the third question from Ibu Asri. So the question is, apakah prosesnya itu merusak packagingnya atau enggak? Okay, from our discussion that the type of packaging that's with HPP processing is must be waterproof or flexible to withstand the compression and decompression process. During the high process, okay. So that the packaging will not broken or damaged and can be maintained like the initial condition.
Okay, but I think the package also must be able to accommodate up to maybe 5% reduction in volume if we use HPP.
Yeah.
So it will return to its original volume and without loss of steel integrity and also their barrier properties.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Bevina.
For the other question, we like to discuss first. I'm sorry. Yes, and Asri.
Yeah.
Okay. What about group 4? Question number 3. Can HPP affect the food microstructure?
Group 4?
Yeah. Can anyone answer or do you guys still need time?
Ikram. Okay.
Oh, Ikram. Okay.
Yes. The question is, can HPP affect the microstructure of the food?
Yeah.
Yes. We read a couple of literatures and sources. For example, a cold pressed juice, which is made from lemonade or oranges, with an HPP, high pressure processing process, will affect the color of the juice. And comparing it to thermal technology, the high pressure processing can maintain the color of the juice very well, and the vitamin C content in the juices will not be denatured. But yeah, yes. So I think we read a couple of literatures too that HPP isn't that much effective. Is effective to maintain the originality and the flavor of the juice. So in conclusion, the HPP is a very effective method to affect the microstructure and kill the very bad microorganism in juices.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I was actually looking for an answer in regards to the microstructure. When we are talking about microstructure, we often look at the fiber inside your juice product. So what about those fiber inside your juice? Can it be broken down? Well, what happened to it? And so that's what my question initially was. Because I'm also quite interested and curious in regards to that, because at the moment we try to eliminate or we try to take out the fiber inside the juice as much as possible, because the fiber can also become a harborage or apa petinding ataupun apa ibu kita panggil macam like something yang boleh menyebabkan microorganism menyorok dekat belakang dia. Macam tu, macam dia jadinya bila microorganism duduk di belakang fiber tadi, dia takkan effectively kena dengan hydrostatic pressure. That is the theory behind it. Yeah, but your answer also applies to that. Of course, the vitamin C is also part of the microstructure when talking about the total phenolic content of your fruit juice and everything. So yeah, thank you very much, Ikram, for your answer.
Yes, you're welcome, Miss Nadiah. And I think we have one more question from Bu Asri, that the regulation of high pressure processing.
Yes.
Yes. Let me answer that question too. From a very reliable source that I read, high pressure processing has been approved as a lethality process for pathogen inactivation and shelf life extensions by renowned organizations in the world, such as FDA, USDA, and FSIS. But in Asia, in where we live, there are some steps to complete before we can use high pressure processing. The first is to determine the pressure time condition, and then secondly, we consider the high pressure processing in each ACCP plant. And the third one is perform sensory and microbial shelf life studies. And then lastly is to ensure compliance in production and commercialization country, and etc.
Okay, Ikram. And you find the codex also, the codex standard for fruit juice?
I don't think I can find it right now, but we know that the regulation is very, very approved by a very reliable organizations in the world. But I'm sorry, I can find the codex.
Yeah, okay, it's okay, Ikram. Okay. Well, thank you. So we back to Revina groups because you are the last group.
Then yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I want to try again to answer the question from Miss Nadiah. Maybe to kill the microorganism, we can combine the conventional method and HPP. So with high pressure, you can lower the temperature of the process. So maybe that can make easier to kill the microorganism.
Thank you, Tirta. Yes, that is the answer I was looking for. So final answer from Revina's group, is it? Comparison table.
Okay. From the comparison between non-thermal and thermal using, we conclude that HPP or non-thermal using will better than the thermal using. As we think that if we use the non-thermal, it only use a minimum hot pressure or non-hot pressure, but still can kill the microorganism.
Okay, Revina. It's enough? Yeah.
Izin menambahkan sebelumnya.
Okay, Nur, you may.
But I will using Indonesia language. Is
Yeah,
okay?
Okay. Yeah, boleh.
Oke, kalau misalnya dari comparison-nya, yang non-thermal itu HPP, yang pertama itu derajat penggunaan temperaturnya. Kalau di HPP itu 5 derajat, sedangkan di thermal itu 70 derajat. Sedangkan untuk kita ketahui bahwa bahan yang menggunakan suhu tinggi itu akan mendapati perubahan rusak produk tersebut, mulai dari tekstur, rasa, maupun nutrisi yang di dalamnya. Sehingga ketika kita menggunakan suhu rendah, itu akan meminimalisir terjadinya kerusakan tersebut. Selain itu, untuk shackle time-nya itu maksudnya adalah kalau misalnya penggunaan non-thermal yaitu menggunakan HPP, itu kita dapat dilakukan pada dengan waktu 9 menit, sedangkan pada thermal itu 47 menit berdasarkan sumber yang saya baca. Nah, kenapa begitu? Karena dalam thermal itu menggunakan tiga proses untuk menghilangkan mikroba tersebut, yaitu pertama dengan penyabunan, kedua pembilasan dengan air panas, dan ketiga dengan pengeringan. Sehingga dengan memendeknya waktu operasional itu kan semakin membuat industri itu berarti waktu efektif pengerjaan pembuatan sosis-sonesnya itu semakin baik. Yang ketiga itu tekanannya. Di sini menunjukkan bahwa menjelaskan bahwa kalau HPP itu emang pemanasannya itu atau penghilangan bakterinya itu emang menggunakan tekanan yang tinggi, sehingga jika dibandingkan dengan yang thermal itu tekanan HPP lebih tinggi seperti itu. Dan untuk pekerjanya berdasarkan PPT yang telah ada di Ibu, bahwa kalau untuk pekerjaannya itu dibutuhkan 2 orang untuk HPP, sedangkan untuk thermal pada sumber yang saya baca itu memerlukan 4 orang. Seperti itu, Ibu.
Baik, Nur, terima kasih.
Thank you so much, Nur.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, I think we already all group already answer the question, or is there any?
Yes.
Sudah semuanya ya? Ada yang mau menambahkan? Tidak ada? Oke. Oke, Dr. Nadiah, maybe you will give any conclusion for this assignment?
Thank you so much, everyone, for participating in our class presentation. And it was very good to see your opinion on the HPP or the non-thermal technology in Indonesia. I guess we are not so much different in comparison to the food industry in Malaysia and also in Indonesia. Secara generalnya kita lebih kurang sama dari segi challenges, dari segi permasalahan untuk adaptation of the technology, and of course having the limited experts in the area, we have more or less the same challenges. But for the consumer part, I think because Malaysia is a smaller country in comparison to Jakarta, in comparison to Indonesia, in the sense that for consumer awareness or knowledge transfer is much more faster here in comparison. I don't know, I think that is my my opinion, because maybe because of the size of the country. Okay, other than that, HPP is a very good technology to adopt. It can not only to treat your fruit juice, but you can also treat your milk, and it can change the microstructure of the milk, so that afterwards when you want to make coffee, okay, when you want to have the foam inside your coffee, your HPP treated milk will have much more foam in comparison to the thermal treated. So that's the best part of the HPP treated milk. The same when we are doing ice cream. Okay, so the smaller crystal structure of the milk would give you a much lush, a very good ice cream texture. So you will like it very much. Okay, so in overall, I think everyone did good. Okay, everyone answered my question in their opinion and in their own ability, and with the references that you have quoted. So I applaud you guys. Congratulations again. Thank you very much. And other than that, I don't think I have any more. Ibu?
Okay, Dr. Nadiah. Perhaps because this is the last of the Praktisi Mengajar session, I will ask the student to give salam. Yeah, I need maybe one representative to give impression for Dr. Nadiah Karim. Is there anyone, or maybe the head of the class, Benedict? would you like to be the representative to say anything? Do you want to say to Dr. Nadiah during this three session?
Yes.
Yeah. So please, Benedict.
Okay. Today I would like to take a moment to express our sincere appreciation to Miss Nadiah. We're very thankful for the insights, for the knowledge, for the time that you gave for us. We'd like to thank you. We appreciate the time and effort for you have taken to be with us today and the other days back then. We know that you were very busy, but you still wanted to spare your time for us, and we really appreciate and thankful for the once again the knowledge, the insights that you demonstrate, for your genuine commitment to the betterment of the others. Once again, thank you, Ms. Nadiah.
No problem. I'm actually honored that I was invited to give a lecture for this class, and thank you again to Asri also for the opportunity. And from the bottom of my heart, I would like to also ask for forgiveness if I may have said something that is out of character, or maybe I've given you guys a false information in regards to non-thermal, and maybe but overall it was a very fun experience for me. Thank you very much again, Ibu Asri, and also the class for the opportunity.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Nadiah. Maybe on behalf of the agricultural industrial technology, we would also like to thanks for your contribution in Praktisi Mengajar batch 2. Yeah, and this is the first time we asked the guest from foreign country, because
I see.
Praktisi Mengajar 1, we invite only local experts.
I see. Okay.
So thank you very much again. We would like.
I hope the language barrier is not so much.
Yeah.
Saya pun my Indonesian, bahasa Indonesia is very rusty, and bahasa Melayu is also very rusty.
I would like to express our deepest thanks to Dr. Nadiah for her outstanding and worthy presentation during the 2 sessions about thermal and non-thermal topic. And I think maybe we want also to continue this cooperation. I think yesterday our coordinator study program asked about how if Dr. Nadiah to be the supervision of our research here.
Definitely boleh.
Boleh aja Ibu. Ingin mengajak Dr. Nadiah untuk menjadi pembimbing di kami namanya skripsi. Jadi the supervision of the bachelor degree. So maybe the next meeting we want to invite you to discuss about maybe I have maybe some students want to do research about drying and other maybe non-thermal process also. So I think this opportunity is very good to do. Maybe
yes, definitely.
Ini anak-anak sedang mau mengambil tahun keempat, so they will
so they'll be for final year project or internship.
And then they will do final project. So I hope Dr. Nadiah will be again.
I'm always available, no problem.
Okay, and also maybe other college from UPM, we want also to do a collaboration about joint supervision and maybe to do the other research.
Yes, definitely. That's another thing that we can collaborate on, and another opportunity that is very good for both of the universities. And we will talk more later on, inshallah.
And also about the collaboration about apa kemarin itu ya, pekerjaan yang akan dilakukan Bu Nadiah di Agustus. We also have the location, so the coordinator study program give me dinas pemukiman. It will be suitable for your destination for collaboration about kalau di Indonesia kami menyebutkan pengabdian kepada masyarakat.
Pengabdian. All right, I understand.
Kepada masyarakat.
Okay.
We will
It's a bit like community service, right?
Yeah, community service.
Okay.
Okay. So maybe we can collaborate more. And
yes.
Yeah. Thank you again, Dr. Nadiah, and also students. But before we close this class, I would like students to open the cam for documentation. So please, students.
Terima kasih, Nur.